Welcome to our Patient Communication and System Updates Lunch and Learn. Thank you all for joining us. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we stand. Here in Melbourne, this is the Wurundjeri people, and I would also like to pay my respects to elders past and present. I'm Alan Lim, Installation and Training Consultant at Magentis Practice Management. Today, we will be focusing on SMS Automation Manager, letter templates, Genie email module, and upgrading to the latest version of Genie. Following the presentation, I will be joined by Olivia McCarthy, our National Customer Training Manager, Christopher Lynch, Installation and Training Consultant, and Braden Sinden, Technical Support Team Leader for Q&A. We encourage you to participate and make the most of the opportunity to ask your questions on the topic. Simply locate the Q&A box at the bottom of your webinar screen. Type in your question and click Submit for your question to be sent to our moderators. Feel free to submit your questions at any time during the webinar, and we'll try our best to address as many as we can during the Q&A. At the close of the webinar, we invite you to spend a couple of minutes completing our survey. We are keen to tailor these sessions to what resonates most with our practices, and we do value and encourage you to leave your thoughts. We hope you enjoy our presentation today. We'll start with the SMS Automation Manager. Appointment reminders are an important element to the patient workflow, as it helps to avoid short notice cancellations and reschedules. We generally recommend that SMS reminders are sent to the patient a few days prior to the appointment, so that if patient needs to cancel or reschedule, we then have a few days to fill in the gap. There have been some recent changes in Genie 10.31 to the SMS Automation Manager interface. One of the main new features is the ability to send out different appointment reminders based on the appointment type. Some other key features in setting up the appointment reminders include the ability to customize and set up a different SMS to be sent out for each provider, to either send SMS just for consult appointment bookings or for both appointment bookings and procedures, to set a specific time for when the reminders are to be sent out, and additionally, appointment confirmations can be set to automatically appear in the patient's appointment booking. The SMS Automation Manager can easily be accessed by going to the Appointments menu found in the top File menu bar. Then halfway down the menu, select SMS Reminders. Alternatively, if you prefer to use keyboard shortcuts, on Windows press Ctrl, Shift, and S, or on a Mac, Command, Shift, and S. Once the SMS reminder window opens, click on the Setup button found in the bottom right. If you have already set up and assigned templates to your providers, upon updating Genie, these will be imported into the SMS Automation Manager and will appear in the Overview tab. Before the reminders are set up, we first need to add in some SMS templates. Within the SMS Automation Manager window, click on the Templates tab in the top left. Any custom SMS templates that were previously set up will appear in this tab. To add in a new template, click on the blue plus button found in the top left, then type in the name of the new template. In this example, telehealth. You have the option to change the provider name and appointment date format as required. In the message content text box, edit the SMS template accordingly. You can also add in additional reference fields by clicking on the Insert Field button found in the bottom left. Once you have finished, click on the Save Template button in the bottom right. Once the SMS templates are set up, we can now assign them to a particular provider and/or appointment type. Within the SMS Automation Manager window, click on the Assign Templates tab found in the top left-hand corner. To set a default SMS template for all provider bookings, regardless of what the patient is booked in for, select All Users and then select All Appointment Types. Click on the blue plus found in the top right and select the appropriate template. To add additional custom reminders for different providers or for different appointment types, for example, for a telehealth appointment reminder, select All Users, then click on Telehealth and choose the relevant template via the blue plus. The custom telehealth reminder will override the SMS template used for telehealth bookings, whilst all other appointment types will be sent the default SMS template. It's important to note that only one template will be used for reminders. By default, you will at minimum see an All Users, All Appointment Types reminder, which can have any template assigned to it. This acts as the fallback reminder that will send if no other users or appointment types have templates assigned to them. If you have multiple reminders set, which template is used is based on a hierarchy where the most user-specific selections succeed the most generic selections. The message prioritization is as follows. First priority, templates assigned for a specific user and a specific appointment type. Secondly, templates assigned for a specific user and all appointment types. Followed by templates assigned to all users and a specific appointment type. And finally, last priority, templates assigned to all users and all appointment types. Once you have assigned the templates, we can now configure when the reminders will be sent out. Within the SMS Automation Manager window, click on the Settings tab found in the top. Settings from your previous version of Genie will carry over onto this screen. On this screen, you can set a reminder task to be sent to a particular user when your SMS credits is running low. There is also a Buy Credits button found in the top right that will open up a link for you to purchase additional SMS credits. Majority of times, SMS reminders are only needed for consultations. However, Genie provides the option to send for consultations, procedures, or both. You can opt whether appointments marked as confirmed will be sent an SMS reminder or not. So in the situation where a patient books in an appointment for the next day, if you mark that appointment as confirmed, the patient may not require an SMS to be sent out. You can also have Genie automatically check for replies every hour, which will flag the appointments as confirmed when the patient responds with a yes. And finally, set when the SMS reminders are to be sent, including the option for Monday's appointments to be sent on a Friday. Now onto letter templates. Genie provides multiple letter template options, including patient letters and custom forms via the golden pages, and doctor letters via the red quill. Today, we will be discussing a few tips and tricks, including how to duplicate patient letter templates, the difference between the 3 save buttons, saving templates, saving to the patient record, and save as, how to mark a letter to automatically record a copy into the patient's clinical record, what the News for Quotes tick box is for, how to show or hide reference fields in the letter templates, the differences between fields and expressions, how to edit a doctor letter template, and toggling a custom form background. When you need to create a new patient letter template, you can either create a blank template from scratch, or alternatively, if it is similar to a pre-existing letter template, Genie provides a duplicate template option. To access the letter, simply single-click on a patient, then click on the Golden Pages button. For this example, single-click on the attendance certificate so we can add in a carer certificate, followed by the duplicate button found on the right. Enter in the name of the new template, in this instance, carer certificate. Click on OK. To edit the template, double-click on the carer certificate. Then we want to edit the text as required. We will change medical to carers. And in the body of the letter, we will add in 2 asterisks in place of where the carer's name will be typed. This is what we call a jump point. Then edit the remaining text to reflect the context of the letter. Once completed, click on the floppy disk button found in the top left to save. Then click on the Save button to confirm that you want to save the template. In our previous video, we touched base on adding a jump point in the body of our letter template using the 2 asterisks. When generating a patient letter, single-click on a patient, then click on the Golden Pages button. Double-click on the template, in this example, carer certificate, and rather than navigating to where the carer's name should be, you can now simply press F6 on your keyboard. Or if you are using a laptop or Mac, you may need to press Function F6. Enter in the carer's name and then print out the letter as required. There are 3 Save buttons in the Merge Letter Template window. The first Save button is the large blue floppy disk found in the top left-hand corner. This particular one is used to save any changes made to the letter template. The second Save button is the little floppy disk depicted with the green arrow pointing to the yellow head figure. This is used to save the generated letter into the patient's clinical file without printing. The final Save button is the Save As, which is not as frequently used, but this will allow you to externally save the file or letter locally on your computer. When providers create a doctor letter template via the red quill, Genie will automatically save a copy of that letter into the patient's clinical record. However, when generating and printing a patient letter via the Golden Pages, the letters are not automatically saved into the patient's record unless the Save Copy in Clinical Record tick box is ticked. A few examples of letters you may want to record in the patient's clinical file include procedure treatment information documents, so there is a record of it being issued to the patient, unpaid invoice letters, or letters to frequent appointment cancellers and fail to attend patients. Whilst a few examples of letters that may not be required to be recorded include medical and carer certificates, incomplete new patient registration forms, or unsigned consent forms. Previously, in version 9, to include the quote details, there would either be XXX or ZZZ in the body of the letter, which would merge the quote details with or without the rebates present. From Genie version 10, a new tick box option used for quotes replaces the XXX and ZZZ. For any letter templates that you would like to make available in the procedure, click on the Use for Quotes tick box. A confirm window will appear with "Do you wish to show the patient rebate amount in your quotes?" Click on the Yes or No button accordingly. Not showing the rebate is of particular use in the case of international patients, where the Medicare or health fund rebates are irrelevant. Genie pulls in information from the patient's record using references, utilizing fields and expressions. They are set within the letter template to automatically change details to match the selected patient. When editing a letter template or generating a letter for a patient, it is important to be aware of where the reference fields are within the letter. Click on the square brackets icon located above the upper ruler to see where your references are. If you are editing a letter template, make sure you have toggled the square brackets icon to show the patient's details within the letter before you save the template. In Genie, there are a range of references that can be utilized when compiling a letter. References include both fields and expressions. A field is a single piece of information, such as details from a patient's demographics, first or last name, mobile or home phone, age, health fund, etc. Meanwhile, from the appointments, this can include date, time, appointment type or provider. From within the clinical record, there's information such as alcohol info, diabetic status, family history, smoking history. From consults, this can include consult date, history, examination plan. And finally, from procedures, the procedure date, procedure name, hospital, anaesthetist, and/or assistant. Whilst an expression can include a group of fields, such as patient name and address, saving you from having to search through the extensive list of fields for each individual part. Or it may be fields with multiple options. In this case, a patient may have multiple procedures recorded. Double-click on the load procedure and then select total knee replacement. Additionally, it can be a block of information, for example, the patient's current medication list, where the doctor may have recorded multiple medications medications over the course of treatment. Or grammar customization, in particular, a patient's pronoun, by adjusting the sex expression in Genie, for example, he, she, they, them, the child, or any other variations. By adding these expressions, the letter will automatically update with the relevant pronoun based on the patient's gender found in the demographics window. And finally, adding attachments or a picture from library. In this example, we are going to add in the provider's signature. If the signature doesn't exist in the library, click on the Add button found on the right. Enter in the new picture name, for example, Dr. MB, and then click on Browse. Locate and select the file, followed by Open, and then OK to save into the image library. Click on OK to load it into the letter, and then OK one last time to confirm the alignment. Resize the signature as required, and then click on the floppy disk to save the actual template. Confirm by clicking on Save. To edit a doctor letter template via the red quill, click on the patient's name once, then click on the red quill icon. Select the template from the drop-down menu in the top left, and then click on the Edit Template button found in the top right before making any changes. In this example, we are going to add in a letterhead from the picture library. After making changes to the template, make sure you then click on the Save button found in the top right. Click on the Update Now so it reflects in the current letter that you are generating. If you have made changes to the letter without clicking the Edit Template button, once you click on the Save button, it will save the modified letter directly into the patient's clinical record. Custom Forms is a unique feature of Genie, where you can embed a background into a form and have the option to either print with or without the background. To toggle the background, simply tick or untick the print background tick box found in the top left. If you are planning to print on blank paper, ensure that print background is ticked, whereas if you intend to print on pre-printed forms, untick the print background tick box. A small update regarding the email module in Genie. There is an important update regarding the requirement by Microsoft and Google that all third-party applications transition email accounts from basic authentication to OAuth for improved cyber protection from the 16th and 30th of September, respectively. We are in the process of delivering this compliance work as part of Genie version 11, as well as laying the foundations for further email module improvements. While we have been working incredibly hard to ensure this update is released in time, unfortunately we were unable to meet the 16th of September deadline. Existing Genie email module users may therefore be required to temporarily send or receive emails via an external email application or use an SMTP relay tool such as SMTP to go to continue sending emails from within Genie. We will be in touch in coming weeks with further details about the progress of this project. The last topic that we are going to cover is keeping up to date with Genie. It is important that Genie is kept up to date. Software updates are essential for both data security and to get the full benefits of any new features. Whilst updating the fee schedule ensures that the correct fees are being charged when dealing with third-party entities such as Medicare, Veteran Affairs, and health funds. In this topic, we will discuss the importance of running a backup, updating Genie to the latest version, how to update your fee schedules, and updating the assistant fee threshold. Server backups are normally managed by your IT technician. These can take a number of forms, commonly offsite backups, USB flash drive or hard drive backups. And these should occur daily. If you are unsure about your backup protocol, please consult your IT technician. The local workstation backup process that we are highlighting here is primarily completed prior to a fee schedule update. Therefore, you do not need to contact your IT every time you need to update your fees. To initiate the local workstation backup, go to the File menu in the top left, then click on Maintenance and Reports. Then select Maintenance and Security Center in the bottom right. Click on Backup on the left, and then the Backup button in the lower right. Once the backup has been initiated, Genie will show a progress bar along the bottom. And once completed, the date and time under the last backup information will update to reflect the recent backup. It is important to run a backup prior to running any upgrades or fee schedule updates, just in case there are any issues during the update process. To check what version of Genie is available, go to the special menu in the top left-hand corner and select Software Updates. If your Genie is already up to date, the Genie Updater will have a tick on the right-hand side. Alternatively, to download the update, you want to tick on the Genie Updater on the left-hand side and then click on Install One Item button found in the lower right. The Choose an Update Method window will appear where you can click on Just Download it. Then browse to where you want to save the file and click on the Select Folder button. We generally recommend that the upgrade is run outside of business hours by your IT technician, as this needs to be run on the server machine. If you have any issues with running the upgrade, you can reach out to one of our support officers for assistance. Our Certified Advisor program is an initiative that connects our customers with our trusted partners in the IT and wider healthcare industry. If you don't have a regular IT technician, you can contact one of our trusted certified advisors that can be found on our website, or scan the QR code. Feel free to scan the QR code now. To ensure that you are billing the correct fees when processing Medicare bulk bill claims, DVA Veteran Affairs, and Eclipse in-hospital claims, it is recommended that you check for fee schedule updates in the Software Updates window. The sequence of fee updates should be the Medicare schedule first, as this ensures that any new MBS codes are imported into the Genie system, followed by the DVA Department of Veteran Affairs fees, then the AHSA, which covers the majority of your health funds, then all other health funds such as Bupa, HCF, Medibank Private, NIB, and any other smaller regional health funds, and finally, any work cover fees that may be required in your state. In the Software Updates window, click on the Fee Schedule tab. If a fee schedule is up to date, it will be ticked on the right-hand side. We recommend that one fee schedule is run at any given time. To update the fees, click or tick on the left-hand side of the third-party schedule, followed by clicking on the Install One Item button found in the lower right. A confirmation window will appear. Click on Apply Now. If the health fund name matches the Eclipse name in Genie, then Genie will automatically apply the fees accordingly. However, in this situation where we are updating NIB, our Genie has both NIB and Qantas listed as a health fund. So when we are running the fee schedule update for NIB, this will need to be applied to each separately. Once you have updated your Medicare schedule, it is equally important to also double-check the assistant fee threshold, as this will determine which item code gets invoiced for assistant billing. To check the current threshold, go to Open in the top left, then select Billing Items. Click on the magnifying glass search icon, and then search for either 51300 or 51303. Double-click on the item number, and at the end of the description is the new threshold. Highlight and copy the threshold using your keyboard shortcuts Control-C or on a Mac Command-C. Then close out of the window and click once within the assistant threshold in the top right and paste using your keyboard shortcuts Control-V or on a Mac Command-V. And that brings us to the conclusion of our presentation today. If you need further guidance on any of the topics we've covered, we have many different channels you can use to connect to the Magentas team. The easiest way to start a conversation is to use the live chat or web form options available from our website. We do appreciate your feedback on these sessions, so we invite you to share your thoughts in the survey that will be presented to you at the close of the webinar today. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your week and have learned something new.